Hi traders, and welcome back to capitalforextraining.com. We continue our series of indicator videos, and in this video we're going to be discussing the Parabolic SAR, which is another trend indicator used by traders. Now, once you plot the Parabolic SAR indicator on your chart, it's going to look something like this. It's an indicator that's actually plotted on your price chart rather than below it, as this one here. But at a first glance, it might look a bit strange because all you see is a bunch of dots above price levels and below price levels. But it is actually quite simple to use. So the summary, this isn't really an explanation, we're going to go through that in a second, but the summary of this indicator is that when these dots that you see above the price levels here, when they are above price levels, you should be looking to sell. When they're below price levels, which you can see there, you're looking to buy. And that's the kind of a very small overview of how that indicator actually works. Now, please don't make the mistake of trading it this way. So when the prices are above, you sell. Sorry, when the dots are above, you sell, or when the dots are below, you buy. What you actually need to do is use this indicator in conjunction with another indicator, because the Parabolic SAR itself is not very reliable on its own, and it can only be used in a trend. What you need to do is get a confirmation from another indicator in order to basically confirm that there is a trend taking place. Now, we'll take it a step at a time. So the first thing you must remember is that the Parabolic SAR can only be used in a trend, okay? If we look at, let's have a look, here we go, here. If we have a ranging market, which means there's basically no trend happening at all, the dots will still appear because that's its job. However, you know just by looking at this area that there is no trend, i.e. the market is going sideways. This is the area where the Parabolic SAR is not interested into. So please don't use it and don't trade it. Let it go, let a new trend form, and then only then use the Parabolic SAR. Okay? Now, we have a perfect example of how the indicator works. What we've got here is a big dramatic drop in a trend in the Euro USD chart here. This can work on any chart, even stocks. It doesn't really matter. Any time frame, it really isn't important. But what we have here is an indication, first of all, that there is a downtrend taking place, and we have that. Or we see that simply because the dots appear above price levels, okay, which means it's an indication to sell. The dots below that are below price levels have stopped, okay. So at this stage we know that there is a very good chance that that a downtrend is taking place. If there is a dot below and a dot above and they line up with each other, there's nothing happening. Even if you see the price going down, it's not even for you to look into. Once dots on one side start disappear, and the dots on the other side continue, as you can see here, that's when you start taking notice of the trend. Okay, so at this stage we know that there is a downtrend that could happen. Now, as we said, Parabolic SAR on its own is not very, it's just a little bit less reliable than other indicators. So what we need to do is use it in conjunction with another, and once we do that, it becomes a really profitable way of trading. So what I've got down here is the ADX indicator, which is the average directional index. Now, if you're not sure what that indicator is or how it works, then you should please refer to one of our earlier videos where we explain in detail how it works. But what you must do in this particular example is set the ADX to 14. So if you haven't done that, just go into the properties or settings, whatever they are on your charting software, and make sure that that period is 14, and then you click OK. So the line that we're focusing on is the thick black line here. Ignore the red and ignore the green for now. And you don't even need to know those. What the general idea with the ADX indicator is, once the level goes above 25, which you can see here, I've drawn a line that's on the level 25, and you should do the same. But once that crosses, it means that a trend has taken place. Just because it crosses above the line doesn't mean that there is a trend upwards. The direction in this indicator is not relevant at all. All it measures is the strength. So when it's above 25 and you have a downtrend taking place, you know that there is a downtrend in the market. If the ADX indicator is above 25 and an uptrend is taking place, which you can see here, okay? You see this? There's an uptrend there, and the ADX indicator crosses there. There's an uptrend taking place, okay? So that's how the ADX works. So in this particular example, we've got confirmation number 1, which is that the dots are above and there are no more below. The trend, the price is going down, and the ADX has crossed 25, okay? And even more so, what you've got here is a break of a swing. It's a swing break. So we've got this little line here, this is a swing, and it breaks that level. So you've actually got 3 confirmations that a downtrend is definitely taking place. So confirmation number 1 are the dots, confirmation number 2 is the ADX, and confirmation number 3, if you choose to use it, is that the swing has been broken, okay? And at that point, that's where we enter the market. And if we did that, then we would have got 1,578 pips, you know, and that's a very, very big trade and a very successful trade. In case you're wrong, the Parabolic SAR is a great tool to use as a stop loss. So if you're playing this swing, for example, using the Parabolic SAR, your stop loss would probably be around about here. So you give yourself just a few pips above the top of the swing, so you give yourself enough room to move. But if it doesn't meet that, you can just simply carry on moving the swing down, moving the stop loss down as the market, as the trend moves downwards. You keep moving it down and down and down, and once it closes over the Parabolic SAR, which is here, you will close it, okay? And that is how to trade the Parabolic SAR. Like I said, on its own, just to recap, on its own, it is not a very reliable tool, and it's only usable in a trend. It's not for use in any kind of a range market or anything like that. But you need to use it with another indicator, and the ADX indicator is probably the best indicator that you can use with the Parabolic SAR. So that concludes this video. If you are unsure, please rewind the video and have a look at it again as usual. Otherwise, we shall see you for the next one, and happy trading.